Hey, it's your girl Hallie here, bringing you an episode of What's in the Air, where we bring you the latest stories, reactions, and celebrity news flooding these YouTube streets, y'all. Hello guys, Hallie here again, back with some commentary about what's going down in these YouTube streets. And the last 2 days, it's been the end of Fresh and Fit, or Freak and Fraud. Shout out to Phaedra. Because that's what it's giving. Fraudulent, very anti-women, very anti-Black, just overall toxic, insecure energy radiating from their pores. It's gross to see, but it's amazing to see the decline, to see the demonetization from YouTube. I don't normally like to rejoice in people's, negative things that are happening to them. But in this specific case, I'm here for it. I'm like, normally I would want to see two young Black men. Well, Myron's I don't really consider Myron Black or a foundational Black American, especially in the way that he talks about Black Americans. And he seems to distance himself. And so keep that distance. Okay. You are not our brother. We are not, no, nothing. Okay. So I'm going to treat it as such, not doing the whole people of color thing. No. Because when it comes down to it, they want to, shame and talk down about Black Americans. But then when it suits them, then it's like, let me align. No, stay over there where you started out. Okay. Start out there, you're going to finish there. You're not with us. You made that very, very abundantly clear. So do not look for support from us. You're not one of us. I just want to make that very clear because it seems to be some confusion. Like, no, he is not a part of us. And that's, he wants to be on that side. So you're going to stay on that side. That's cool. And whoever that other person is, I believe Myron's supposed to be the fit and the other one is Fresh. I mean, everyone who knows or has seen anything of their content knows that Myron is the one that does most of the talking. That other person is pretty much irrelevant. Like, nobody cares. I'm not even sure why he's there. I think it had to be another person to, I don't compliment or, fit the Fresh, because there's a little thing that they're trying to do, but he's irrelevant. So we're going to move right along into why we're talking about them. So I'm going to go ahead and play their video where they're talking about getting demonetized by YouTube. So let's get into it. Okay.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Right now we're live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble. And guys, I mean,
is this the end, bro? Because we got some bad news, man. I mean, when I heard that, I was shocked because I mean, we love YouTube, man.
Yeah.
We love streaming.
Yeah.
And at this point, I feel like our whole lives are revolved around streaming and like adding value to people online. It's just like it won't be the same, bro.
Yeah.
What we heard.
In 2020, guys, as you guys know, I was working for the government, right? I was a special agent of Homeland Security. He worked for Wix, we'll just call it.
Yeah.
Right.
Wix.com, yeah.
And he was a tech support. I was arresting bad guys, etc. We started this podcast. We did our first episode on October 26th, 2020. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And Chris was there. The apartment was all empty and shit. And and we had our first podcast. If you guys go back and watch it, like the thing was all zooming in and out and everything else like that, and it was all messed up.
It was like we're at a house club.
Yeah.
In and out.
Yeah. It was literally, yeah. But we got it figured out. We got the lighting fixed, and we continued to improve. Fresh landed some really good guests early on, and continues to get us a great guest. And
we made hours of content in the streets, TikTok, Patreon.
Yeah.
You know, many nights, 3 a.m, 4 a.m. Chris was there too.
While working jobs.
While working jobs.
And then I'll never forget, I get an email November like 14th. Internal Affairs. Hey, we need you to come in for an interview. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Right. And I'm working at the government, sitting at my desk, writing up a report, and I see this email. And this is 2020 November. And I, you know, I go, you know, I let my supervisor know, hey, I got to go up to, you know, the Internal Affairs office, right? Because it's not at the same building as us. And, you know, I go over there and they take my phone. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on here? And then, you know, and then they're like, they didn't want to tell me, but they're like, you know, hey, you know, we're part of an internal investigation. Next day I meet up with the, you know, the special agent in charge, and they tell me, hey, it has to do with your YouTube. And right there it clicked. I was like, wait, hold on. Okay. They probably think that I'm recording videos on my phone. Like that's what it is, which it was a fucking like iPhone 6 or 7. It was a piece of shit. And what ended up happening is I had to make a really tough decision that month. I remember going back and forth, trying to negotiate, trying to figure out what we're going to do. And, you know, they're like, no, like you have to pick one. You have to either, you're going to be a YouTuber or you can be a special agent of Homeland, but you're not going to do both. And I had to make that decision. I remember you were there.
Yeah.
We had Andrew here. And
So obviously, because of the timing of that and him sharing that, he decided to go with YouTube. And he ended up leaving that position, which I personally didn't find out until doing the, you know, research for this video, that he was an agent for Homeland Security, which I thought was pretty funny, considering he's the image that he has created, or, you know, is pushing forward for himself, is this person that's transitioning or training men from being simps to pimps. That's what their, you know, course is that they're selling to people. So that's very interesting. I'm like, a Homeland Security agent is now this high value man that's going to transform simps into I mean, are you for real? Like, these guys, those two, they are going to transform simps into pimps. Like, I literally, it's unbelievable to think that people even bought into this, but unfortunately, this is kind of where we're at. They're just, you know, preying on the unfortunate lack of information and lack of intimacy that men are experiencing. You know, it's a real problem that they were addressing. It's just the way that they went about it and the solutions that they gave for these young men, awful, horrible. And these are kind of the 3 points of why I think they're really getting demonetized, because they think that it's like, oh, it's free speech being censored, you know, oh, they even blamed it that there's an election coming up. And so that's, you know, that's why we're getting banned. You know, you just can't give real information and their truth to men anymore. It's an attack on, you know, men, and they don't want us to give this information to you guys. They're saying that they're saving men's lives. Ciao. I mean, they are really giving themselves a lot. And so I want to get into, like I said, 3 reasons that I really think they're getting demonetized. So let's get into it. First one, they are frauds. Fraudulent behavior. All over there, honey. It's a mess. Let's get into it, right? So I've seen a few of their clips. When I was a big fan of Kevin Samuels, actually, that's what started me into the like manosphere place. And I ran into a few of their clips. They say a lot about wanting to like have the woman's soul. They're like, I don't want to just I don't want to buy the I want to buy the I want their soul. Like they really want women to want them for them and not just their resources. But then they do this thing where all they talk about that they have to offer is like protection and resources. So I'm like, okay, that's not what all you want to be valued for, but that's all you're offering. I'm confused. Like it's not making sense. And then they also encourage men to, don't buy, you don't have to pay for da da da. You just need to be this, high value man. You need to have money. You need to have your body bribe. You need to display the traits of being an alpha man. And they're supposedly, these alpha men. That's what they're supposed to be giving. Yet, things in reality seem to be a little different than the way that they portray it on their show, considering the fit Mr. Myron has a seeking arrangement account. Now that tea was spilled a few months ago. Boom. So this one is coming from a account called Playing with Fire. And I'm going to link every single, account that I've used. Shout out to all of the people that made these videos. Thank you. And obviously I'm using this fair use.
Fun and flirty. So let's take a look at his bio. I'm just here to find a brunette side chick to compliment my blonde trophy wife that is pregnant with our mulatto baby. Side chick to compliment fun and flirty. So let's take a look at his bio.
This is his account, right? 1% man. He's picky, okay? He's picky, honey. So y'all better come correct. Okay, he's showing off the, oh my God, I'd be out here in these streets, da, da, da. Now let's get into the bio.
More like fun and flirty. So let's take a look at his bio. I'm just here to find a brunette side chick to compliment my blonde trophy wife that is pregnant with our mulatto baby. Just kidding. Social media influencer and content creator. I run a popular podcast in Miami, so that's fine. I like that part. He's giving her a little logical explanation of what he does. I bet vodka, soda, you can't guess my ethnic background in 2 tries. That's also fine. Because he's creating a challenge. So a lot of girls are gonna be like, ooh, I bet I can guess. So that part is pretty good. I own a high ticket coaching business, but I'm realizing the notorious big song, more money, more problems is proportionate to hoping you don't add to the disappointment. Yeah, not a big fan of that. Now it just looks like he's trying to show off, which again is going to be the big theme. You're going to see, you kind of see that in the picture. I live in Miami, Brickell, Florida. That's fine. Although you kind of just say where you live in the profile. Not to sound cocky, but here's some numbers. Only 4% of the male population is over 6'2". Less than 3% of the male population make over 300K. Only 5% of men are in shape with abs. So you lucked out. I have all 3 in one package. So yeah, I'm picky for a reason. So yeah, this goes back to something that
Beauty in women is common, but high value men are not. It's like, so also, just to give you a little insight on, if you don't know what that seeking arrangement site is, it's a site for basically men and women to connect. Usually it's older men with money, with means, that are seeking an arrangement with a young, hot girl, because their interests align, right? And obviously there's an exchange of money happening there. They're sugar babies, they're sugar daddies. That's what that site is for. And everyone knows that. It says, it's very clear when you're logging into the site. It's not like it's a regular dating site. No, it's very obvious what that site is about. It's not a new site, it's been around. And this is his profile. So why is that important? Because he claims that he doesn't need to pay for, because he just gets it off the strength. That's what he's claiming. That's what he's promoting to men. That's what he's saying. Like, women are nothing. They're basically to be used for. And that's what his one-dimensional view of relationships between men and women are, is that, you know, women's only value is in their looks, and they decline at a certain point, and all men are looking for is, and if your looks are not here, then your value is nothing. And that's basically what his argument, you know, is, that women should be should submit to him, and men like him simply because they can provide resources. Honestly, that's really it. There's nothing else, like, character wise or anything that they talk about in terms of relationship dynamics. It's like, hey, I have this money, so you need to do what I say or get out, because I can replace you with another girl, and da, da, da. Like, that's his mindset. And what's so funny to me about it is that he's trying to, and he thinks of himself as some savior of men, and he's teaching men, but you don't even have a successful relationship. You can't get a girl without having to flaunt your resources or use your show to convince women to have you. Those receipts are out there too, so check for those as well. There's a whole Instagram conversation of him saying that, like, basically, I'm not gonna have you on the show unless we desperate. It's giving desperado, then sitting in a old Monte Carlo. It's giving very desperate, like, and it's like, we already knew, especially, you know, my brothers and sisters, we know how Indians like him be acting. They're jealous that they don't have the swag, the confidence. Like, if he didn't have that show or any money, no girl would ever be with him. And he knows that. He knows that. Nobody wants to be around him because they like him, or like his confidence or his energy is something that, like, no, he's insecure. He gives that off. He radiates insecurity, and you can just tell he's one of those guys that never got. And he's just mad about it. He's just been pissed about it for his whole life. And now he's gotten some attention and some clout. Well, he had. And he's just like losing his mind with it. It's like those people that have had no power their whole life, and then they get like a little power position, and then they just start acting crazy and just, you know, trying to wield as much power as they can because they have so little of what they're desiring. It's a mess, it's a sham, and it's very obvious. It's very obvious. I don't even know how he's gotten this far to be able to scam and grift people like this. It's honestly a mess. So that's the first thing. They're frauds. They're trying to sell you this lifestyle that they don't really operate on. Same thing with Fresh. There's receipts on him too when he was with this girl, and he said that he met her on Seeking as well. So it's like, Hims, you are not. I mean, not even close. Like, what? No girl is messing with you without you exchanging some sort of resources. And we know that. This is very obvious. Anyone that watches their stuff, you can tell there's like, ew, these are just a bunch of insecure men who are mad about not getting. And they're capitalizing off of other young men feeling the same way and feeling frustrated that they're getting wrong advice and they're not able to get relationships with women like they would like. And so they know that. They saw that that's a need, that's a gap, that's something that needed to be filled. And so that's what they decided to do. They're like, let's capitalize on this need that these men have, which goes into my third point. And I will get to my second point, don't worry. But it goes into my third point, that they are taking advantage of these young men and the real need and issue that they have with forming relationships. It's definitely a thing. So they definitely went off the deep end with taking advantage of and lying to these men when they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing and they're just lying to you about it so you can go buy their course or go, you know, support their stuff, still send them super tagged or whatever, you know, all of the things that you can send in on a YouTube stream. So there's that. Then there's also this weird thing that Myron does. It's almost, it's like projected homosexuality vibes. He calls a lot of men homosexual. Like, it's almost weird the amount of times that he talks about that or will use that dig to try to like get at another man, which I learned too from O'Shea Duke Jackson's video. Shout out to him. Definitely go check out his video on all of this because that helped me get up to speed. That him and Kevin Samuel, or that Myron actually called Kevin Samuels a homosexual behind closed doors. And that would led to like the fallout with them. But what I think is interesting and what I found in my research is maybe he's throwing out all of these jabs, what he considers a jabs in this area of, you know, specifically homosexual. It's because he might have a little trapped in the closet, cook in the closet type of situation going on himself. I'm just saying, I'm gonna roll the footage. Y'all let me know what you think.
Because he's projecting. And I'm not saying this as an insult because I don't think being homosexual is an insult. I'm saying this as a statement of fact. Myron Gaines is a closeted gay man because one, he's literally admitted it on numerous occasions.
In case you guys didn't realize, I got a confession too. I'm gay as well. Okay, then yeah, I'm gay. But think that I'm gay.
Say me and you are dating, right, hypothetically, and you find out that I might have done some gay porn in the past to make some money. What would happen?
What do you mean by that?
And as Myron himself tells his audience,
when someone shows you who they are, you're supposed to believe them.
Yeah.
Number two, this picture is sus. And if Myron saw this exact same picture,
Y'all, get into these pictures. When I saw these pictures, the scream that I let out. Woo! I'm gonna let him finish.
but with Abba's face on it instead of his, he would 110% be calling the guy a homosexual
100%.
and using that as an insult for 2 hours.
He's called people homosexual for less. So it's like, best believe if a picture was out there like that of Abba and Preach, he would have been going ham. Like, what? It's the fact that you sit up here, like, in all those clips of him saying, like, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay. I'm like, I don't know any straight man, much less any straight black man, that would ever be caught saying that, much less that many times, even as a joke. So it's just very weird. It's very weird, and it gets weird.
Hours straight non-stop. And 3, this one is just insane. As a straight 23-year-old man, there's no picture.
I was shook. Okay, call me the table that it was in that love and hip hop scene because I was shook. Oh my goodness. When I saw this picture, I was like the kid from Home Alone. What the? Like, what is happening here? Do I even want to know? A big happy birthday goes out to my boy today. This is worse than the what's those damn pictures of? Is it Lil Baby? Lil Baby at that Michael Rubin party. Whoa.
picture of me where another fully grown man is shirtless, laying down on my chest,
Never.
hugging me,
Never.
crotch to crotch,
It would-
while on a bed, while there's another shirtless, fully grown man on the same bed.
I am not gay.
Yeah.
I have relationships with women and sex with.
It's the crotch to crotch for me. It's the crotch to crotch for me. Woo! Okay, so boom. That's my first point. They're frauds. They sell you advice and things of like, and wrong ways to look at men and women in these one-dimensional views and these black and white like thinking that is like all men are like this, all women are like this, like they're the king of generalization, and it's not leading you anywhere. And wherever it could lead you is just to confusion, like they are. They can't lead you to anywhere better because they're still confused themselves and lying to themselves. So of course they're gonna lie to you. That's it for that one. They're frauds. Second reason, that, or the biggest reason that I feel like they really got, demonetized is because of all of their horrible anti-Black rants and just absolute craziness that they've been doing against Abba and Preach, who are two Black YouTube content creators. So I'm going to play their video where they are kind of responding to all of the things that Fresh and Fit did. And it's like, this is going to be a trigger warning because like it's a lot of really racist and horrible anti-Black things that they do here.
It's like it looks like a book. You should see him build momentum. What the
And at FYI, when they're doing this here, they're talking about Abba and Preach. When they mention them, it's just two Black male content creators called Abba and Preach, and they are doing the like monkey symbolism, like they're trying to make fun of them being Black and the whole stereotype or the whole notion that Black people are monkeys. They're trying to make fun of that. And that's why I go so hard too on Fresh, or really I ignore him. But when I go in on him, because you as a Black man sitting up here and co-signing this foolishness, you need to be dragged. You need to be dragged. You should be ashamed of yourself. Absolutely should be ashamed of yourself sitting up there with that disgusting person dragging Black women, making fun of Black men. Like, ew. You're also dismissed from the community, okay?
Every time this thing, I got a problem with you. Imagine them. Nigga looks like a monkey. Preacher's over there looking like McGilligran.
This is the high value man. This is a high value man. He calls himself a high value man. And look at how he's displaying himself. Embarrassing.
Real and Doggy Kong having a baby. What's going on? Preach like uses his head. Look Reach, stop, Reach, listen to me.
That these dudes have been talking shit for years. And I think the thing is that they've been kind of coasting on is you got to fight fire with fire.
And we're going to be nice guys. We're going to toss your salad, Abba. Bro, no.
We got some accessories here. Okay. I got some apples and peaches here, as y'all can see. Okay. Some great fruit.
Yeah.
Then we also
Apples
got
and peaches.
some milk as well.
Have you seen how Reach goes clubbing? He clubs the bitch over there like a fucking caveman. Yo, Reach, I don't even believe in this theory, but you gotta evolve. Whoa. You gotta evolve, bro. No. I'm not racist. I'm not racist. I'm half black.
Wow, man.
I'm not black.
We don't give a fuck.
If you guys didn't understand stereotypes, that Black people are not evolved. And so he's saying Preach is an uninvolved black person, essentially doing.
This is my favorite, I guess, piece of Myron's. Really, when I say favorite, I mean it's the most horrible, like, gross, disgusting. Well, actually, no, the white sheet, it gets worse. But this was really disgusting to see, honestly. When I just saw the clip of him in this wig, I like wanted to punch him in his face. I did. Because how dare you? It's like, that's why I'm so happy, truly happy that they got demonetized. They are sick, disgusting, people. Anyone that would do something like this, you have no morals, you have no character, you have no ethics. And thank you for showing us who you are. No Black people should ever support this person.
Talking shit. Yo, Rich, you look at it.
In the islands, we say Banabati man. Straight.
Do you boo boo? Do you boo boo? Oh yeah. I fucking preach. I wear liquid those for fun. I'm a fucking retard. Let me talk shit on the internet. I'll free you. I've got a problem with you.
Yo. That nigga called me goofy? Look at you, bro. You're goofy.
Gay. Any man that can boogie is a homosexual. Bro, you are a fucking...
Again, another homosexual dig. Only people who are insecure and are not confident with their sexuality. I've never heard, anyone talk about being gay or homosexual so much as him. Like, he really throws it out there a lot. That is the only reason, outside of that and those pictures, that I really actually was like, you know what, maybe there is some credence to this, because like, you talk about it a lot, and it'd be the down low ones that try to project and throw that out there a lot. And I'm like, personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with being gay. I don't know why he's using it as a put down, other than him clearly having some kind of maybe underlying homosexual feelings. It doesn't make sense other than that, because I don't know any straight man that talks about that so often and like throws that out there as a dig. Like, it's just really weird and specific. So it's like, boom, there it is again. But then they're like, oh, any man that can dance is gay. What are we talking about? What are you even talking about? And you're trying to clown him for dancing. It's like, you can't dance. You ain't got no rhythm. And the other one sitting next to you is too slow in many ways. You know what I mean? Yes. Y'all know he's slow. Y'all know that man is slow. Stop it.
Nigga puts on the song, Lady Gaga. Yes, dance, gonna be okay. These niggas are roasting me. Gonna be okay. What the fuck is going on? Welcome. Gonna be okay.
And these people are sending the money. These people are sending the money for this foolishness. Perpetuating hate is what that is.
Gonna be okay. Gonna be okay.
Look at his loser. Oh my god, let me record, make sure I get every moment of him making fun of Black people. Like, what a freaking loser.
Yeah, he's chewing his Ethernet. Hey, Rich. Yo, Rich, you're overdosing on the warrior gene, bro. Fat ugly white. I need to dance. I need to get the. That's in my language too, actually. See, you need to put on a seatbelt. Stop. Reach, I could KO you, but don't fucking throw that spear. These are disgusting animals. That's why they look like animals. These guys are fucking animals, bro. Dude, he fucking runs with all fours like a fucking animal.
Okay. I don't know what in Clayton Bigsby you guys were thinking. Okay.
Uncle Ruckus, no relations.
I don't know how you guys did it, but you guys made a more embarrassing response than H3H3 by like a long mile.
Oh my days.
They don't even know. I don't think they're smart enough to understand what they just did. They're not smart enough.
I think they know that they have negative feelings about black people.
No, I don't think they do. So to them, they don't. I don't think they even comprehend that.
I agree. I agree with him. I don't think that they comprehend that, and they lie to themselves and say whatever narratives that they need to say. I don't know if it could be they have Black people friends, or they have some kind of connection to the Black community, and they have some kind of half-baked facts or numbers or whatever their lens is with Blackness. In their head, they're like, well, because I have these connections and these things, it's okay for me to say this because I'm talking about something real and I have these connections, A, Y, and Z, A, B, C, whatever they are. But like he said, I agree. They have really deep anti-Black feelings, and they are too stupid, to actually know that, because that would take a level of self-reflection that they are not capable of, because they're dense, So I totally agree that they don't know cognizantly, they're not aware of the fact that they really don't like Black people, and that they're letting their subconscious rule, and that's the outcome. They do that stuff, and then we'll still say that they're not anti-Black or that they don't like Black people. They're like, oh, well, we're attacking these Black guys, so it's okay for us to do that. Like, hello, is anything in there? Is it on in there? Is the light on in there? That's not how that works.
I disagree. I think some people just got anti-Black sentiments and they just don't want to acknowledge it. Just because you don't want to acknowledge it doesn't mean you don't know it's there. It's like, you got a mess under the table, bitch. Just because you didn't look don't mean you don't know it's there.
What you're saying?
You got a white dude coming on talking about spear chucking, like using every racist trope I'd ever heard from a white in regards to Black people.
Mm-hmm.
You're out here making monkey noises about a Black person.
Like,
I mean,
what?
you could just drop the hard N-E-E-R on the N-word because it's the same shit.
Might as well. Spear chucking, that's messed up. But whatever.
Even the warrior gene. They're basically trying to say Black people are animals.
I understand. He's
using scientific language.
You already said that.
Yeah.
You already said that. Yeah. And you enabled that fucking goober to say that.
Watching them run around and do these kinds of poses for 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, I guess this is just how high value men act in the privacy of their home.
Yes.
When they mad about something, they don't make business moves, they don't do things strategically, they just run around like monkeys.
They make monkeys. That's a high value.
That's a high value man.
That's a high value.
This guy's apparently now the new leader of the Red Pill.
Yeah.
In case y'all didn't know, yes, what you just saw is actually a high value man. That. The woo and the woo running around the room and making a fool out of yourself. That's a high value man. That's the behavior you guys should copy. That's what they're telling their audience. That's what you guys should copy if you want to be a high value man and you want to get girls like we do and blah, blah, blah. So we see what they're really about. I mean, and you can just go through the many clips of them. They're anti-women rants. I mean, they're reducing women to only our looks, and all like our value is to be by a man, basically. And and it's weird because I don't think, well, obviously they don't know this, but they are really making men look bad with the way that they talk about men and women relationship dynamics, because they make it seem like men are only focused on sex when it comes to dealing with a woman. And a great majority of men do think that way. And that's why they're failing, because they're so controlled by sex in their mind. That's all they can think about. That's everything at the root of what they do is in order to get sex. They're just undersexed. They're not getting enough sex. And so that's all they can think about. And Myron and them's channel is very obvious that they are very undersexed themselves, because all they can think about is that. And that's all they're relentlessly in pursuit of. That's all they're teaching their guys, how to get more. And it's like, damn, y'all are just some thirsty. Like it's just like being around a real man that is not focused on that and can think about more than that and get other stuff done. And it's just not like, oh my God, all I need, oh my God, another vagina, oh my God. Like they can actually be on their purpose and focus and goals and figure out something else in life. Being around those type of men will make you look at these men and be like, wow, that's they're down bad. The insecurity is just seeping out of their pores. It's embarrassing. Like, so that's pretty much what I've got for those two. Good riddance. Won't be looking forward to seeing anything from you two in the future. And I'm glad you guys watched. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will be coming out with more of the hot tea and what's going on. So stay tuned.